僕、今年25歳で監督をやってですね、ビラスバースさんも20代前半の時にバージンアイランドでコーチをやられたと思うんですけど、今振り返るとあの時どうだったかみたいなことをちょっとお聞かせ願えたらなと思います。
So I started as a coach 17 years old. I was coaching the Porto youth level. So when my first job was 17, and I was assistant coach in Porto under 8. So this was the lowest, the youngest rank of Porto formation. And so after that, gradually every year, when I was 18, I still stayed in the under 8s. When I was 19, I passed to the under 10s. When I was 20, so gradually every year I went up, always as assistant coach, never as a... So when I was 22, I was a bit frustrated because I never got a chance to be head coach of any of these teams. So what happened was, because I took the coaching courses in England, the English Football Association, normally they have a magazine for the coaches who take the courses there. And in this magazine that they have, they sometimes put job applications. So in this magazine, there was a job application to be the coordinator of youth football in British Virgin Islands. It was not to be head coach, but it was to be coordinator of youth football. And so I decided to apply to this. I was given the chance to go there. And after 2 months, the technical director of the Federation of the British Virgin Islands, he quit the job. So I became technical director of the British Virgin Islands. So I was never coach of the Virgin Islands, but I was the technical director of the federation. So I was involved in the preparation of the trainings, the game plan. This is how I started. And after 4 months in this position, I decided to come back to Porto because the level there in the Virgin Islands was not very good. So I come back to Porto, and I became the assistant coach of the under 16. And I stayed in that position till Jose Mourinho came to Porto, and I started working for him as assistant coach in the first team.
バージンアイランドにいた時も、そのポルトでその後モーリーニョの下でアシスタントコーチをやった時も、自分は監督になりたいっていう気持ちはずっとあったんですか？
In the beginning, no. In the beginning, I was the moments I spent with Mourinho in Porto, Chelsea, and Inter Milan was probably the best moments of my life, because I knew I wanted one day to become a coach, but I was getting so much knowledge, so much information, studying games, studying opponents. And Mourinho, he really valued my work. So he gave a lot of importance to scouting and analyzing opponents. So it was a very, very good moment in my life. I think the most important step for a coach is to learn the game, to study how the opponents prepare, what they are doing, which system they are playing, why they make certain substitutions. And this gave me a lot of knowledge for my job right now.
すぐに結果が出たじゃないですか。いきなり監督をやって、アカデミカコインブラでやって、FC ポルトでやって、急に結果が出た。僕の場合は、結果はあんまり良くなかったんですけど、その結果が出た一番の理由は何だと思う？いきなり監督をやって結果が出た一番の理由は何だと思いますか？
First of all, I was very driven. So by being driven, I mean I had a lot of passion, but also I was very prepared. Because 2008, I finished my UEFA Pro. And when I finished all my coaching courses, and that you have finally the diploma to become a coach, you start feeling the emotion that you want to become a head coach. I was very well prepared. I knew how the team wanted to play. I had set up already my game plan, the model, the principles that I wanted for the team. And of course, this was made easier because Academica Coimbra is a very well organized club, and the president there, he likes to bet on young coaches. Further to that, this team was really, really good. I think for you to become a coach, you also need to be well respected and received by others. And I was well respected and received by my players. So they make my first experience a little bit easier, Of course, we win straight away. The first game was for the cup against Portimonense, and we win this game straight away. So this team was lacking wins. So the first win already had a very positive impact on me, on how they accepted me, on the coaching. And from then on, step by step, we gradually become better and better. But I think the most important was very driven, ideas, training ideas, model and game plan well established. This is very important because only with a good model plan and game principles established, you can then establish your training method. And then the wins also helped because, for example, I reach Academica. Academica are in the last place of the league. And because we win straight away for the cup, we win straight away for the league. Okay, our second game for the league was in Porto. We lost. But after the third game for the league, we win again. So we managed to get out of the last place. And we went straight away out of the relegation zone. I'm a coach that count a lot the importance of the emotional state of the players. So the emotional state is very important for me, and I always try to know a little bit more of the players, know a little bit about their families, the personal problems that they might have, because sometimes with the small gestures towards players, you can have a great impact. Sometimes players come back to me and they tell me, "Mister, do you remember the lunch you paid me when we met in a restaurant?" And I said, "No, I don't remember." So sometimes, for example, I see a player that is in a restaurant, a player from my team. In Coimbra, this happens a lot because it's a small town, and we used to go to the same places. And I used to say to the waiter, "Please, the bill from my player, it's for me." So this small gesture, things like this, knowing about their personal lives, showing an interest on what they are, can make small differences. And I always try to put a lot of attention in these details.
まあ若干理不尽な形でチェルシー辞めて、でトッテナムも辞めて、それでも監督をやりたいって思えたのが僕はなんでなのか知りたいです。なんでか監督をやったことない人が監督をやりたいっていう気持ちはすごいわかる。僕は今年監督をやって初めてで、あまりいい形ではなくクラブを去ることになり、その中でそこまでの情熱をもう一回監督として持てるかって言われると難しいとは言わないけど、それは僕にとってもショックな出来事だったし、それはなんでだろうなっていうのがちょっと聞きたい。
Well, this is a good question, and I can tell you about my experience. After Chelsea and Tottenham, of course, I was down, and managing in England, for example, is a lot related to managing the media, managing agents, managing players, rather than coaching. So when Zenit, the day I left Tottenham, December, the next day I had a call from Zenit, St. Petersburg. And I immediately say, yes, give me just some time to reset, but I'm interested in going there. Because I knew that the club, the structure was good. Of course, I had Ulk that was over there, and he kept talking me very good things about Zenit. And what I found in Zenit was precisely this. I had the space once again to do the things where I'm best of, which is coaching, managing players, training, preparation of games. Yeah. So the doubts, the self-doubt is normal. I mean, we coaches, we spend sometimes in doubts as well. People think that we are very well, we are driven towards and that we don't feel down. No, sometimes coaches, they need a coach as well. somebody who is behind him to support them. I think the doubts that you have and the disappointment that you have, they can come at any time in your career. But it's up to you to connect what you want with what you need to do to achieve this thing. This is very important. For example, this phrase is from Ray Dalio in a book called Principles. And Ray Dalio is the manager of the biggest hedge fund in the world. And he speaks about this. So it's up to you to connect what you want. So set the objective, and then what you need to do to get it. So if your objective now is to recover emotional from this, connect with what you need to do to get it.
ありがとうございます。すごいビラスボアスさんもそういう落ち込んだ時期があったっていうのを聞いて安心しました。なぜかというと先週シーズンが終わってまさに今僕がそんな感じなので、またじっくり考えたいと思います。
ビラスボアスさんから林真之さんに聞いてみたいことってあったりしますか？
To Mike?
To Mikey, Hayashi.
Yeah. Why is he passing so many self-doubt in this moment?
なぜ今そんなに自分を疑うというか落ち込んでいるんでしょうか？
思ってた結果が出なかったから。でも悪いフットボールをして悪い結果だったら僕は納得するけれども、良いフットボールをして良いマネジメントをして良いチームを作ったけれども結果が出なかった。
You know the actor called Matthew McConaughey? First of all, try to get his book. His book is called Green Lights. And then go to YouTube and you will find two things. Find out his speech when he win Best Actor for Oscar. And the other thing, find out the speech he did for university. And I tell you why. Because he says one very important thing. He says that happiness is always result driven. If you win, you're happy. If you lose, you're not happy. And if happiness is what you are trying to achieve, you will be let down a lot of times. Joy, though, joy in your work, joy in the things that you do, joy in your approach is the thing that you should be looking for.
実際話してみて林真之さんの印象ってどういう人かなって感じましたか？
Yeah, interesting. First of all, by his spirit, I can see somebody that is driven. So somebody who goes to Portugal, studies in Portugal, speaks the language. Somebody who has been in England. You can see that his spirit to become what he wants to become is correct. The most difficult step is going always to be the first ones. You are pushing and pushing, and you are trying for somebody to give you a hand. And it's a time that you have to persist. I always say this to young coaches. Coach whatever the level that you are, keep coaching young players. Coach their techniques, invest in their techniques, because they will be grateful for your teaching. And they will see daily differences in their abilities thanks to your work. And people will start noticing this. Whenever you excel in a game technically, you are then able to play whatever system you want, whatever game plan that you want. So keep coaching the young players still. Maybe Bobby Robson, a Mourinho, or a Villas Boas comes to your help and gives you a hand. Thank you, arigato.
Muito obrigado, senhor. Um abraço.
Nada, um abraço.
Big hug to you. Thank you very much.
ビラスバース監督に僕に聞きたいことありますかっていう時に 何聞くんだろうなと思って、日本代表のこととか日本サッカーのこととか聞くのかなと思ったら、なんで自分をそんなに疑ってんだみたいなこと聞いてきたから、うわーなんかすげえ見抜かれてんなとか思って、いろいろ見抜かれてるのすげえなと思って、でそこでそういった励ましの言葉をくれたり、すごい嬉しかったです。